Let us do Brahmanand.
Hello students, in the previous session we discussed what is drug abuse and the habituating drugs, that are the psychotropic drugs. What is drug? The single chemical entity present in the medicine which is used for the diagnosis or treatment or prevention for a disease. It is prescribed by the medical practitioner. When the drug is used, the drug or medicine used in the purpose other than the normal clinical use, then it is called drug abuse. The habituating drugs are of two types, the psychotropic and psychedelic. The psychotropic drugs are of four types: tranquilizers, the sedatives and hypnotics, the opiates or opioid narcotics, and the stimulants. The tranquilizers again of two types, the major and minor tranquilizers. The major tranquilizers are the antipsychotic drugs, whereas the minor tranquilizers are nothing but the anti-anxiety drugs. The most important, the common anti-anxiety drug is benzodiazepine. The sedatives and hypnotics, they induce the sleep and reduce the anxiety. Generally, the alprazolam compounds, these are taken when one is not getting sleep due to the anxiety. Generally, these drugs, medicines are known as sleeping tablets because they induce the sleep. And the opiates and opioid narcotics, opiates, the products of the Papaver somniferum, commonly known as poppy plant. These are also the drugs are also prepared with some synthetic products. So, they are called opioid narcotics. When the natural product is developed with produced along with some synthetic one, then they are called opioid narcotics. And these opiate or opioid narcotics are of various types, like the opium, the morphine, codeine, the purely natural extraction of the extract of the poppy plant, and the semi-synthetic one are the heroin and smack. Heroin is the strong analgesic. Yes, opiate and opioid narcotics are commonly known as analgesic because they act on the central nervous system and reduce the pain without affecting the function of skeletal muscles. So, these are commonly called the analgesics or painkillers, the opioids and opioid narcotics, and the purely synthetic one, pethidine and methadone. And the psychotropic drugs are like stimulants. Stimulants again are of various types, the caffeine, the cocaine, the betel nut, the amphetamine. Amphetamine is a purely synthetic stimulant. The stimulants which are used as the beverages, they are the caffeine. Caffeine, they are extracted from the tea plant, coffee plant or coca plant. Tea plant Theasinensis, coffee plant Coffea arabica, and the coca plant Theobroma cacao, or the cocaine. Cocaine is extracted from the erythroxylin coca, and the betel nut, the kernel of the plant Areca catechu. So, these are the different plant products used as drugs, and as the stimulant they stimulate the central nervous system, making a person wakefulness, increases the activity alertness, making one more stronger. And amphetamine, the synthetic stimulant, makes a person like a superman. So, it is also known as superman drug, that commitment, self-confidence is increased by using the amphetamine. Generally, this amphetamine is called pep pills, and dope test is done for the athletes to check whether the athlete has taken the amphetamine, because for better performance, some athletes they take amphetamine, but it is illegal. So dope test is done. In this session, we are going to discuss the psychedelic drugs. Psychedelic drugs, also known as hallucinogens. Psychedelic drugs are also known as hallucinogens. These psychedelic drugs or hallucinogens, they change one's behavior, the thought, feeling, the perception, change one's the behavior changes the behavior or the thoughts, feelings or the perception. What is perception? Perception is the receiving of the sense organs, receiving capacity, or the receiving, how it receives, receiving of sense organs. So they create a dream-like state. It creates a dream-like state. Causes or develops a dream-like state without any true sensory stimuli. That is, without any sensory stimuli. So it has no reality. Only a condition where one's mind is changed, the feeling, thought is changed, the perception is changed, and this condition is called hallucination. What is called? Hallucination. The hallucination is a state where a person, the user sees the sound and hear the color. See the sound and hear the color. It is quite impossible, one cannot see the sound or cannot hear the color, but it happens like this. This is called hallucination. So, hence these drugs are called the hallucinogens, and these are also known as the sound producing drugs, the vision producing drugs. What they are called? Even this is why the drugs are called vision producing drugs. These are commonly known as vision producing drugs. They affect the cerebrum and the sense organs. They affect the drugs effect is there on the there is the effect of on cerebrum and the sense organs. This type of the behavior, the thoughts, the feelings, the perceptions are processed and they are regulated by the neurons present in the cerebrum, that is the part of the cerebrum, the part of the forebrain, the largest part of the brain and largest part of the forebrain. So, what are the common chemicals are the LSD, examples are LSD, the lysergic acid diethylamide, the common psychedelic drugs are LSD, lysergic acid, diethylamide, the mescaline, psilocybin and the products of hemp plant, cocaine and amphetamine. Also works act like hallucinogens. They also act like the cocaine, one of the stimulant, the amphetamine, the stimulant. These drugs, psychedelic drugs, work like they work as the extreme. They bring the extreme feelings, okay, and stimulate the brain. They produce the false they act on the nervous system and they bring the false imaginations and strong or extreme feelings. Creates the strong or extreme feelings. That may be despair, despairiness or euphoria. Euphoria is the strong happiness, feeling strong happiness. A state of strong happiness, and despair is nothing but the hopelessness, extreme hopelessness, extremely feeling hopeless, okay. So, these are the general characteristics of the hallucinogens or the psychedelic drugs. Let us discuss the LSD in detail. Write down all. LSD, the lysergic acid diethylamide, the chemical formula is C15H15N2 CON C2H5O2. The crystalline amidated alkaloid, getting crystalline form, amidated alkaloid, this is the alkaloid reacted with the amide, okay, and it is obtained from, this chemical is obtained from ergot fungus, ergot fungus, claviceps purpurea, claviceps purpurea, growing on the rye plant, parasite of rye plant, growing as a parasite on, growing as a parasite on rye plant. So you may get a question on this, that they are the parasite of rye plant. What is the LSD is derived from the fungus known as ergot fungus. The fungus, that is from which fungus the LSD is derived, claviceps purpurea. It is the most strongest hallucinogen, most strongest hallucinogen, that is developed by first, that is synthesized by first synthesized by, who synthesized? Hoffman. Who synthesized? Hoffman. In the year 1938, Hoffman synthesized the LSD in the year 1938. It creates the horrible dreams, creates the horrible dreams, okay, and affect the central nervous system. Actually, by using the hallucinogens, it damages the central nervous system, causes the horrible dreams, the damages the central nervous system, causes the chronic psychosis, the emotional outburst, occurs. These LSD addicts can be recognized, LSD users, LSD addict can be recognized by incoherence in writing, can be recognized by their writing, recognized by the incoherence in writing. Incoherence means by the incoherence, improper, that incoherence in writing. the fetus, they are mostly affected if the pregnant lady uses the LSD severely affect the embryo. So fetal disorder, it leads to fetal disorder. Also bring the chromosomal and fetal abnormalities. So first of all, it affects directly on the chromosomes. So if pregnant lady uses, that leads to chromosomal abnormalities. Chromosomal abnormalities. Chromosomal and fetal, as well as fetal. Let us discuss the products of hemp plant, which are known as cannabinoids. The products of the cannabis sativa or cannabis indica. Okay, write down these points. The cannabinoids. Cannabinoids are the products of a hemp plant. Hemp plants are the cannabis sativa and cannabis indica. There are different type of the hallucinogenic products are found obtained from the cannabis sativa or cannabis indica, that are the Bhanga, Ganja, Charas and marijuana. These are obtained from the leaves, flowers, the fresh leaves and flowers and the tops, flowering tops or top leaves, or the resin extracts. The different type of hallucinogenic products, the bhang is derived from the fresh or dried leaves or the flowering shoots of male or female plants. The ganja, dried on fertilized female inflorescence, the branch which holds the flowers, that is inflorescence, the branch of the tree which completely holds the flowers. You have studied in the 11th class, dried unfertilized female inflorescence, and the charas is derived from the dried resinous extract of the from the flowering tops and leaves. Tops, the budding part. The marijuana from the dried flowers of top leaves of the female plants. The bhang is taken orally. This is taken orally as a drink or pakoda or tikki. The ganja, they are smoked, generally these are smoked. The charas is smoked with tobacco. In America, the charas is known as hashish. It is the most potent one, most potential, most powerful hallucinogenic product of the hemp plant, most potent hallucinogen. Hallucinogen is, okay, the most potent hallucinogen. In America, most potent hallucinogen of that cannabinoid product is, you have to answer charas. Charas in America known as charas in America known as hashish, and the liquid hashish, liquid hashish is known as hash oil. Okay, the marijuana. Marijuana is also smoked in cigarette. Smoked in cigarette. The most ingredient, the main ingredient, the main ingredient is delta 9 is the delta 9 THC, delta 9 THC. THC is the tetrahydrocannabinol. THC full form is THC means that stands for tetrahydrocannabinol. This is the main ingredient of the marijuana. This THC is also present in the Charas, that is 25% to 60%. In Charas, it is present 25 to THC is present, THC present 25 to 60%. That makes the most potent hallucinogenic product of the cannabinoids, the hemp plant, product of hemp plant. So, what we discuss in the psychedelic drugs, the psychedelic drugs are the hallucinogens. They causes the hallucinations, they bring the false dreams, false imaginations, and which are not having any that true stimuli, true sensory stimuli. And these are the main the important ones are LSD, the lysergic acid diethylamide, or the products of hemp plants like Bhanga, Ganja, Charas, marijuana. Let us discuss the alcohol and alcoholism. Okay.